a great learning environment for you. So, that's why all these changes are coming around. So definitely, stay in communication, keep working. We're halfway through the year. Before we start break today, I wanted to introduce or mention that we have 2 new 8th graders starting with us this year, Winnie Wu and Charlie Hamper. We're so excited to have them here on campus. Give them a little round of applause.
Yay, welcome.
We're so excited that you guys can join us. And, for the 8th graders, you were recently new students, you know what it's like to be in a new environment. So please do your best to welcome them and, congratulate them on joining our community. We're happy to have you guys here with us. And with that, let's kick it off. Kevin?
Yeah, hey guys, Happy New Year's. Thank you for being back. It's awesome seeing everybody's face. We got a couple announcements today, and we definitely have a good one from Ms. Williston. I'm reading the description off, so I won't spoil it, but we'll start off with Jay-Z.
Uh-oh, wow. I think I might want to hear Ms. Williston's.
Can I go first?
Yeah, that was a great introduction, Kevin. I'd like to hear it.
All right, we're gonna be, I know it's not January 1st, but we're gonna start with our chemistry version of fireworks. So for the new year, we should have some fireworks. This is a demo I do in chemistry all the time. So some students, and I did it for my 8th graders just the other day, so some students have seen this before. But it's sugar and potassium chlorate, and we're going to add a little sulfuric acid. All right. Got to start the new year with some fireworks. I'm done.
Great. Well, yeah, and I think based on if everyone's looking at the chat, I think the question is, what happens if you add Diet Mountain Dew? So Mr. Brickhauser had that question. And Mr. Daniel, do you have any idea if we were to add Diet Mountain Dew there, what would happen? No?
You need the sugar.
Okay. No sugar and Diet Mountain Dew.
You need the sugar for the nice explosion.
Nice. Great. Well, that's a tough one to follow, but thank you. That's lovely. Well, welcome back, everyone. I hope the break was a good one for you, and I hope you're excited for the second semester. Now, I know we're not thrilled to be in another semester of distance learning, that we want to be on campus, we want to be in person, and I can assure you that that is coming, and it will be wonderful. Until then, let's make the best of it. And let's find as many ways as we can to make it work for us, to get as much as we can out of it, to see the positives. And to do that, we want to be in the right frame of mind, to think positively. We also want to make sure that all lines of communication are open. And this goes to Kate's wise words. And this means that with your teacher or with your class dean or your path leader or Miss Sherry or me, to communicate. So my mantra has been, we are all in this together. So if you have a question, if you have a concern, a suggestion, please reach out to someone. It just takes an email, and your teachers are going to do the same. If they have a question or a concern, they're going to reach out to you. Now, of course, this means that you want to read your emails and respond to them. But I think if we can think in terms of this as a partnership, as a collaboration with open lines of communication, then we can make the best of it. So now on to a couple of announcements. I emailed everyone yesterday with a long email. Forgive my verbosity. I just want to reiterate 2 of my announcements. Number 1, check your courses and your schedule, please, to make sure that this is what you want it to be. And if not, please let me know ASAP. I've already had about 8 emails this morning from students, so I want to thank you if you've already been in touch. Number 2, we have altered both the cycle day calendar and Community Wednesday schedule. with hopes that these changes will make a difference for you. So please read my email and click on the links that I sent to see the details about these changes. And then my final announcement would be, please go back through my email. Again, I know it's long, but go back through my email, make sure you caught everything. And if you have questions, just let me know. Thanks, everyone, and have a wonderful second semester. Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah, thank you for the announcement. We're just going to keep moving right along. Juliet has an announcement.
Cooking Club is meeting today, even though it's our first day back. Please make sure you check the email that I sent you. And if you haven't added a slide to our presentation, just maybe use the last minutes after break is over to do that before lunch today. Mr. Daniel's room, please be there. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Our next announcement is Mr. Bloom.
Hey, welcome everybody. So one way you can be on campus and in person this semester is via Cohorts. I am just sharing with you in the chat the list of who's in which cohort. I'm also going to share it on my screen. This information actually came out over break. You've probably already seen it. If you haven't, you can just click on that doc and get to take a look there. So do note that this document has reminders about where you're going to get dropped off when you join your cohort, when you actually meet with them on the day that your cohort begins. And now you get to know like who is going to be with you in that group. So do check that out. And then let me also remind you, and Mr. Brookhauser and Mr. Peters, feel free to chime in. Do remember that before you leave home to set out for your cohort, you should actually fill in the link, right? So there's a screening app link where you go through before, like it's the end of the school day, you're psyched, you're about to go out to your cohort activity, and you go on the link, you select your activity, right? And for example, I would select mountain biking Monday, Friday, and then you go through the series of questions. You are expected to take your temperature at home first, even though that when you arrive at your cohort activity, you'll pull in with your car, you'll roll down your window, you'll throw out your elbow, and your cohort supervisor will check your temperature using the thermometer sort of applied to your elbow, which is weird, but that's how we do it. In any case, please reach out to me if your listing on the cohort seems wrong or you want to change it. Remember that once you begin actually going to your cohort, you're basically locked in. And for those of you who traveled over break, I hope you had wonderful travels. For you folks, though, you can't actually begin your cohort participation until 2 weeks from today. That's just a sort of quarantine period, just to make sure our cohorts are more safe. And that's all I got. Mr. Brookhauser or Mr. Peters, want to add anything?
All I was going to say was that covered everything. The only thing I would say is that some of the cohorts are not fully subscribed. So if people want to join, make sure to reach out to Mr. Bloom or myself to send us your choice. And if we can make that happen, we will put you in that selection because we want to really encourage people to get outside and move around. And it's really good for your mental and physical health as we begin our new fresh start in January. And Happy New Year to everyone. That's all I got for you.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you guys. All right, looks like we have Miss Sherry with an announcement.
Hey, is there a sophomore speech today?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, then I will keep this as brief as possible. So I want to remind you that the Critical Issues Forum is starting this in now on Wednesday. And I also want to invite anybody who would like to change their clubs to contact me and let me know that you are interested in leaving a club, joining a club, transferring clubs. Remember that you need to have at least one of the hour-long clubs in your, oh heck, I planned ahead and then messed things up. You need to have at least one of your hour-long clubs on Wednesday, but you may also add another one if you think you've got that kind of time, or you can join a new lunch club or leave a lunch club. Now is the good time to be making that change. So you email me and I'll make that change for you and make sure that it shows up in your schedule. So I've just put the list of clubs into the chat. And if you can't find it or you forget, don't worry, just let me know. I can send you that the link to the list of clubs, and you just take a look at it and tell me what your interests are. Of course, you're perfectly welcome to stay in a club, especially all those clubs that have a lot of, that you've been gearing up to do all kinds of exciting things. So again, even if you stopped attending a club a while ago and it's still showing up in your schedule, that means that somebody forgot to tell me about it. So please just drop that to me so that I can clean that up in your schedule, can reflect what you're really doing and be super helpful for you. So I've tried to go through that as quickly as possible. If you have any questions, you know how to get in touch with me, jsherry@uc.org. And Happy New Year. Hooray for 2021. So glad to see everybody again. It's been a quiet couple weeks without you, so it's lovely to see your faces. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, Ms. Sherry. We have one more announcement before our sophomore speech, and that is Mr. Key.
Great. Thanks, Kevin. Welcome, everybody. And I want to reiterate, Happy New Year. It is great to see everybody. And I'm really looking forward to 2021. I have a really exciting introduction to make today. Today is Erin White's first day as our Director of Philanthropy and Community Partnerships. And so I want everybody to welcome Erin. She's got a long history in education. She's been at Santa Catalina, and she joins us at York. And I'm going to let Erin unmute herself and say hello to everybody.
Hi, everyone. It's so nice to meet you. I have been watching breaks on YouTube, so it's really fun to be part of a live one. I feel so lucky to be joining the York community, and I'm very inspired by the students and the faculty here and this collection of creative and intelligent and independent thinkers here at York. So thanks for welcoming me, and I'm happy to be here.
Thanks, Erin. We're so glad to have you. Yeah, welcome, Erin, and we can't wait for everybody to meet you in person. So thanks. Thanks, Kevin. Back to you.
Yeah, thank you for the introduction and welcome to the York community. We're so happy to have you. And I think you're going to learn that probably the best part of our break is what we're about to do right now, which is our sophomore speech. Kate, you can take us away with that. Thank you.
All right, first speech of 2021. This is exciting. I'm excited to announce that we have Marco taking the stage today. Marco, if you want to unmute, and the sophomores.
Yay!
Woo! Marco!
So can I start?
Yes, you can go ahead, Marco.
Offering help not only benefits others, instead it will also bring some unexpected surprises. In the summer of 2017, my mother and I participated in Project Hope by visiting a poor village in Sichuan province in China. At the beginning, I didn't want to go because I don't think we could make enough contribution to help the village. However, when I saw the villagers' living conditions with my own eyes, I thought I should do something, even if it's inconsequential. Project Hope offered each volunteer a chance to sponsor a child until he or she reaches age 18. These students' parents usually go to work in another city and never come back. When we read the description of children, there was a boy that caught our attention. He was the same age as me, but he was about 4.6 tall. At that time, I was 5.7. From the photo sent by his teacher, we could see that his right hand was disabled. He always tried to hide that hand in front of the camera, and he never looked straight at the camera. His parents left the village many years ago. His father got married to another woman, and his mother disappeared. The only thing that his father sent back was a little baby. At school, other students always laughed at him because of his height and his hand. He lived with his grandparents, and they were incapacitated for work. So he didn't go to school often and took all the responsibility of feeding a whole family. Indeed, he and I were at the same age, but he experienced things I never will. It's impossible for me to imagine helping grow crops after school. I couldn't even finish everything assigned by my teacher. There was a list of items he needed for school and basic necessities. $300 can be a fashionable t-shirt from a famous brand. It can also be a plane ticket from Los Angeles to San Francisco. But for him, it's a living expense of a family of 4 for 6 months. I collected all my old clothes and books that I didn't need. My mom bought him a series of middle school textbooks, which was the same as I was using. When I talked to the boy I helped, I found that I didn't need to put my energies into discovering the extended meaning in his word. Everything he said was straightforward and well-meant. He surprised me when he talked about his classmates. He didn't use any negative words describing the people who bullied him. He said, "People have the right to choose between good or evil. They are not bad in nature. They also had miserable fate and broken family like me. So they need some ways to get rid of the negative emotions." I found that he never complained about the world, and he saw everything in a positive way. So I decided to share with him about my experience in primary school, which I never told anyone, including my parents. In fact, I was not a person who liked to communicate with others, and I had some experience similar to him. When I was in primary school, I was fat and not looking good. Some students liked to make fun of me about my appearance. I always felt inferior and I didn't have much friends. I thought if others know what I was thinking, they would hurt me. Making friends or sharing myself were more difficult than doing math. Then he told me not to take it seriously and forgive the people who made fun of me. He said, "Everyone makes mistakes when they grow up. Try to make friends with them and you may find that they're not as bad as you think." It was the first time I felt how relaxing it was to talk to people about something deep in my mind. After getting financial support, he went back to school again. He told me that he gave the textbook we bought to his teacher, and these books became the only textbook for all middle school students at his school. In the Spring Festival in 2019, my mom bought him some new clothes and sent them to him with my old clothes. When he got the package, he only kept my old clothes and gave the new clothes to his teacher. He said, "My aunt bought me a new jacket as a gift for Chinese New Year. I had enough clothes for this winter, so please give the new clothes to my classmate who need them more than I do." He actually gives the clothes to people who didn't treat him well. Before I went abroad for study, we set up a short video meeting. He had grown a little bit and his pale face were getting better. He told me that he had been admitted to the best high school in a nearby town with a scholarship. He will go to the town and start his new life in September. With a scholarship, he could give all the money we send to his family. His dream is to get into a college and give his family a better living condition. He said, The only way to survive is going out of the mountains. After the meeting, he sent me a selfie. There was a smile on his face. It was the first time I had seen him smile. Offering help not only financially and emotionally supported a family, it also helped me learn how to open up to others. When someone needs help, it's not necessary to count the cost of helping. It may take a piece of our time or a little energy, but the kind actions and favors can benefit both sides and even change two persons' lives.
Yay, Marco.
Marco.
Well done, Marco.
Very nice.
Bravo.
Great job, Marco. That was really an amazing speech, and I think Miss Keese put it really well. That was, pure compassion, a display of that, and the power of, putting yourself into unfamiliar situations, being around people that are different than yourself, and, all the valuable experiences you can gain from that. And I think you taught us all a really valuable lesson in your story. So thank you so much for sharing. Kevin, do you want to end this off?
Yeah, Marco, great speech. Thank you so much for sharing. It is really crazy how far one can learn when being open-minded and bringing people into their lives and being compassionate. And I think not only you did that for yourself, but you did that for us too. Thank you so much for sharing. I know I'm gonna take this as a bit of a lesson for myself, and I'm really happy you were able to share it with the rest of the community. I hope everybody else can take as much as Marco was able to take away from his experience. But with that, I think it's a great way to start off the second semester. So congratulations. We're here. I hope you guys had a great break again. Happy 2021. And yeah, enjoy class. Take care.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, Kate.
Thank you, leaders. You're awesome.